as the Pope and I were getting ready to exit the building, we found ourselves alone. And the Pope grabbed my left arm and said some very kind words to me about my commitment to kids and education. And the Pope puts his arm around me and kind of pulls me to him and says, "Please pray for me." Well, who am I to pray for the Pope? But I did.
All right. I don't know. I don't know if Susan Ferrechio is going to miss the crying. Of course, chief congressional correspondent of the Washington Examiner. You see her as a panelist on the McLaughlin Group, Fox News Channel, and elsewhere. Hello, Susan.
Hi, Steve.
So the question is, are you going to miss his crying?
Well, it's not so much I'm going to miss his crying. It's more about the what's next. The intrigue surrounding who is going to replace him is really what is taking over the Capitol right now.
Well, what are you hearing? Because we had Tim Yuleskamp up at the top, and he's not speculating yet. He said that he's starting Monday. They're going to start hearing from people who might be interested and find out where they stand. So what are you hearing?
Well, I know that there are a lot of rumors floating around about who might run and who might not run, but I think it's fair to say that the person in the lead right now to succeed House Speaker John Boehner would be Kevin McCarthy of California. He's the majority leader currently. He hasn't been in the position very long. He hasn't been in leadership very long. But he is someone who many people believe can win the 218 votes that you need to become the next Speaker of the House. Now below him, there'll be a little bit more jockeying to succeed up the leadership ladder, and I think you will see the majority whip, Steve Scalise, trying to become the next majority leader. And you will probably see a conservative by the name of Tom Price of Georgia running for that position as well. And you may see Kathy McMorris Rogers, who is head of the Republican conference, trying to move up the leadership ladder. So there's going to be jockeying. The further down the leadership rung you go, there'll be people jumping into the race for a majority whip and conference chairman. So you may see some new faces getting into the leadership ranks.
Now, what perhaps, I'm sorry.
Perhaps some from the far right, who are the ones who are behind trying to depose Boehner. So it's really possible there'll be new faces in the leadership. But at this point, the person in the lead to become the next speaker is someone who's already in the majority leader, who's already a majority leader, who's in the leadership ranks.
Well, he got the endorsement of Boehner on Boehner's way out the door, which might lead some to believe that it would be more of the same. Is he going to need Democrat votes to get elected, or will he get elected with, a majority that he needs through Republicans only?
Well, I think Republicans would like for him to be elected just with Republicans. It would be pretty unusual to have Democrats voting for a Republican when they have their own candidate.
True.
That's Nancy Pelosi. Why would they want to help the Republicans? Already they sent a signal today that this is, part of their effort to make Republicans look like they're in disarray and that they cannot govern. So it would be hard for me to envision them helping Republicans.
All right, so what happens if 40 or 50? I mean, I forget what the majority is, and maybe it's
yeah, they've got 29 on.
Okay, so if 40 conservatives say we're not voting for McCarthy, we're voting for our own guy. I mean, am I seeing a way that Nancy Pelosi could then ride in?
No, because you have to win 218 votes to be Speaker,
right.
And there's no way you get a Republican voting for Pelosi. They only have 199 seats.
Gotcha. Okay, all right, fair enough.
But I think you pose an interesting question, which is, can they get themselves unified behind a candidate for Speaker, which is all they really need to worry about. The lower leadership positions are decided only amongst the Republican conference. That's not a vote that makes it to the floor of the House
right.
And the C-SPAN cameras, or the Fox News cameras or the CNN cameras. You don't see that. So if they want to look like they have a unified front, they want to be able to get to the floor sometime in October, have a vote for Speaker, and have everybody getting behind, for the most part, one Speaker. So far, McCarthy's name is the one to watch. I do have some information. There was some question today about whether Jeb Hensarling, the head of the Financial Service Committee, might throw his hat into the ring for Speaker. that would have really shaken things up, or for Majority Leader. It sounds like at this point he is
He
not
will not.
going to run.
Susan, thank you for your insight.
You're
Thanks
welcome.
Thanks for the inside
Okay,
scoop. We'll
Steve.
speak to you soon. Okay, folks,
Right.
Pope Francis is finishing his first trip to the U.S., and he seems as controversial as he is beloved. We want to know what you think about Pope Francis and the positions he's taken on climate change, immigration, abortion, and other issues. Go to newsmaxpolls.com and let your voice be heard. Once again, the papal visit has been amazing on several fronts, certainly, but controversial as well. So go to newsmaxpolls.com and vote, because we want to hear from you. Congressman Blake Farenthold is next. Don't go away.